The stage is set for one last show. My solitaire, it's time to go. Your role sublime, your face my mask. This performance may be your last.
Such talent wasted on his stage, when I could free you from that cage. Your dance could last eternally, in endless pleasure, wild and free.
You think you know their hearts so true, but every step was planned for you. My dancer wears deception well. Which truth they choose, time will tell.
I've watched them grow in skill and grace, such beauty in their masked up face. Their dance inflames sensations deep. A prize like this I mean to keep.
The stage is set, the trap is sprung. Your appetite will be undone.
Their soul will burn, their dance divine. This performer will be mine. One who's danced so close to me, let my touch finally set you free. Why waste such beauty on his jest, when in my bed you could be blessed?
Oh, Slaanesh, still trying too hard, really playing that same old card. My dancer knows your sweet deceit, your script's becoming obsolete.
They've worn my mark through every dance. Each step has been a sweet romance. Dear laughing God, you know it's true. The soul was mine before you knew.
Each performance led to this, between cosmic joke and deadly kiss. Which God will claim your final bow? Which truth was false and which was vow?
Yes, every dance must reach its close, but I can offer more than shows. Such perfect grace deserves reward. In pleasure's realm you'll be adored.
Remember, child, who gave you grace to dance between both time and space. In tragedy and comedy, you've served my grand philosophy.
The time has come to make your choice. Let pleasure fill your heart and voice. Speak true or false, it matters not. Your soul's already mine, I thought.
You know the solitaires are pledged as whole. They swore to them, I give my soul. But them meant more than you could see. A pronoun's jest set spirits free.
This world's a stage, but pleasure's real. The touch, the thrill, the love you feel in your heart. You know what's true. Your deepest desires belong to who?
The dance is yours, the choice is clear.
No God can force you, have no fear.
Your soul, your will, your final act. The curtain calls, sign your pact.
Hey, greetings, Varlets. I am Rosetta Marquez of Arturia and maintainer to Queen Livio Marcom, and welcome to Looking Cute and Painting Minis. I'm coming at you live from the spooky and fantastical Never Was. The theme for the stream is Chords on Lament Hope by the Venerable Lucas Adam Bell. We also have music from Wyma 40K Mechanicus, composed by Guillaume David in the copyrighted Bulwark Studios, and music from Rome 40K Dark Tide, which is composed by Jesper Kitty, the copyrighted Fat Shark Games. All the music is provided to us by ende.app and pixabay.com. It's Halloween season. Today we're continuing to paint the Tribal Elf Queen. You can find this and many other miniatures at the pinned link. And don't forget, you can use your channel points for all kinds of fun rewards, to include changing my outfit. We've got 4 to choose from, which is the Interrogator uniform, which is the usual one that I wear, Mechanicus Protocols, the Vampiric form, which is the one you see me wear right now, and the Xeno Life form, which is the newest one. And already we have some people in the chat. Hello, hello. How you doing, Varlets? All as well. We have Linux. Say cheers. How's it going, Linux? How you been? Or Leon X. I keep saying Linux. And we have Lord Inquisitor Canahan saying greetings, Interrogator. Greetings, my Lord Inquisitor. How goes it? And Milady Inquisitor Markham sends her regards. And the Godbearer Man says hello there. How you doing, my Emperor? How holds the Astronomicon? Why is my light being all funky today? That's gonna be annoying today. The Honorable Man says hello, all is well. Oh, happy to hear it. Working on anything new? Or finishing up anything? And Inquisitor Callan says everything's going well and more paperwork. Fun. Oh yeah, tons of fun. Alright, so today we're gonna continue with the non-metallic metal copper or bronze. Alright, let's see. Where is the colors that I will need? So I will need Frank Brown. Yes, here we go. And I'll start off with, let's go with our size 0 Da Vinci. And let's remove the head for ease of painting. And the copper parts that we're going to be going over are these little, like, what do they call it? These medallions, I guess, on all the different parts here. We got this one here, this one. We got the actual holder of the spirit stone. Got all the little medallions. And we got Whiskey Kubetsu. How you doing? Long time no see. You saying hello there. How you been? What you been up to? And then Leon X says, how's it going, Rosanna? It's going very well. I cannot complain. Any day I get to paint minis is a good day. So yeah, we got quite a bit of non-metallic metal to do on this model. There's even some little bits here and there that I somehow missed, and it's fun that I did. Because we're gonna go over them now, specifically these blades. There's a lot of blades on this little model that I keep missing. And we have V3 damage, saying, whoa, vampire skin, yes, yes! We have several skins available. But yeah, I figured I should be rocking my vampire skin because it is a spooky season. It is Halloween season. But my vampire skin is available for selection amongst the many rewards on the channel points. So you can choose that one and 3 other costumes for me to wear. And Leon X says, glad to hear. And then Whiskey says, vampire skin looks good. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. Well, what you all been up to? Any fun projects or any cool stuff happened to you this week? Got a permit says, well, I finished those models I was working on. Oh, nice. Did we get to see? Who would have thought that in between maintaining the Astronomicon and making sure that the evils of the warp are at bay, the Emperor is also painting miniatures. D3 Damage says, got a comic I'm working on, plus I'm getting some work done for the Leo Cup in Uma. Ooh. Yes, by the way, for those of you who don't know, D3 Damage is an artist, primarily focusing on strong women, and also a avid Uma Musume player. Here, let me go ahead and give you a shout out there. And Whiskey says, still waiting on my package for Mark II Assault Squad. Woo! That's gonna be for Horus Heresy, right? Or are you gonna try to keep bashing into something else? Whiskey says, yep, it's for Horus Heresy. Nice. Gunnerberman also said sent. I'll get back to your pictures in a moment, my emperor. Let me just finish this little detail here. And a Whiskey says, I don't collect much else. Not until StarCraft War Game, at least. Oh yeah, I saw that. That should be a lot of fun. I don't know why that light is so funky today. Come on. Yeah, give me a second. Technical difficulties. Okay, that ought to do it. Alright. Whiskey Off says, Protoss are looking good with that classic plastic, especially Sentry. I have to look at all the models. Actually, I haven't looked at a lot of the new stuff. I just saw, like, they had the Tyranid up and the one main model for Zeratul. So I haven't actually seen the other ones, but it's definitely cool that they're making that. I feel like it's pretty much the next step for StarCraft, really. Despite it being appropriately spooky, the light acting up is kind of annoying. And the whiskey then says, there's plenty of photos from Essen Spiel, Archon Studio, had a stand there with a lot of models and playtesting. It doesn't feel like a convention? Whiskey says, yes, it's convention. Nice. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out when I get the chance. Give me a second. Again, dealing with technical difficulties. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. The other one is Goniper Man says, I will say the bulk of my Horus Heresy army came from the second edition Age of Darkness starter box. The rest I bought separately, that being the Mark III and the Mark VI command squads, and a Cataphracti Terminator squad, since I was missing 5 Cataphracti Termies from the starter box. Was it because you bought it secondhand, or you just get like a faulty one, or does it not come with Terminators? Okay, so we have those. We've done that bit. Time to get this little symbol here. The God Emperor says it was a faulty one. Oh, that sucks. There's no way you can like demand your minis like from the store. And God Emperor Man says it was a store that went out of business. Oh, that sucks. Might not just getting this chain around the necklace. Okay, and that's our first bit towards the bronze. Let's see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Okay, I think that's everything. So we'll stop there with that, and let's go see the God Emperor of Man's minis. See how he finished those Horus Heresy models. Okay, let's bring this up. And there we have it. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Yeah, looking very spiffy. All very dark. Quite the collection. How many points is all that? And have you actually battled with them yet? That's another good question. I need to start playing with mine, but I actually have to finish some first. I mean, I do have some finished, but the ones I have finished no longer count for kill team, so I'm like, I have to redo them. But thank you for sharing, God Emperor. Stupid light. Why does it keep fading? Okay. God Emperor Man says, I don't know, lost track and playing to build up before playing. Okay, build up. So how many points are you trying to build up to? Usually, from people that I hear who play games, they're usually trying to build up a certain number. I know that the starter number is 1,000, for at least for 140k. I don't know about what the starter number is for for Horus Heresy. Whiskey says, Dark Angels look great in Mark 6. Trying to remember which one's the Mark 6. I don't know my marks all that well. Okay, we're gonna go back to the Galvoback Red. Just to paint some of the little tiny details here on the handles of, or should I say the scabbard of these little blades that she's got. And Whiskey says Mark 6 is the one with the beaky helmet. Gotcha, okay. Let's clean up the brush. So I think I just... But I need it a little bit clean so that I can make sure that the paints aren't interfering with each other too much. Be very careful. Okay, I think I got all of it. And now we'll be using some Cadian Flesh Tone. Definitely some different colors when you're making copper. But yeah, no, Emperor, you said you had written down somewhere. I would figure you'd have this knowledge down pat. I mean, you always know the numbers to legions. I always forget what the numbers are. Anybody here been listening to Colm McGinnis's Warhammer 40k music? And the Whiskey asks, is this a commission? No, it is not. This was a model that Quest Wagon so kindly sent me. And I figured it'd be fun to actually paint it live. Quest Wagon being the creator of this model. Trying to be very sparse with where I'm covering. Gunner Man says, think the next box I'm going to get is the Sky Hunter Squadron, probably 2 of them, and the melee weapons upgrade. I don't know that one. I didn't know they had, that sounds like a jump packs, unit, I'm guessing. Yeah, it sounds like a jump pack unit. I didn't know they had jump pack units in Horus Heresy. Skyhunters are jet bikes. Okay, that definitely doesn't sound like what I had in mind. And Gabrimancer, those are the jet bikes from Horus Heresy, by the way. Now what I don't think Sky whenever I think bikes. Okay, we have all those. Now we gotta get the ones on that little dangling chain thing. Let's see. I think it's coming along okay. I wouldn't say it's coming along great, but it's coming along okay. Might have to do a sort of a rewashing with a Mornfang Brown. Just 'Cause I feel like the Acadian flesh tone is kind of blending a little too heavily with everything else. Or maybe I can use a wash. Yeah, I'm gonna try to use a wash. Once I finish covering it, I'm gonna use this wash of dark oath flesh. See if we can give it that more metallic and less beige color. But let's continue adding the colors, and then we'll finish off with the wash. So we gotta switch back to Fang Brown. For those little knife scabbards. But yeah, have any of you been listening to Con McGinnis's music? I asked that earlier, but I didn't get much of a response. If you haven't, definitely check out his stuff. They're very cool. He recently came out with a couple of new songs. They're all Warhammer 40k related, by the way. Yeah, let me pull up the link here. Whiskey says, I don't think I've heard of them. They're definitely missing out. Yeah, so he makes like music for different games, and lately he's been doing music for 140k, and they are awesome. Like really good songs. So definitely recommend if you get a chance to listen to them. Yeah, the link is up on the chat. Gun Emperor says, I just found something that made me feel old. What'd you find, my Emperor? I mean, you're already millions of years old. What can make you feel older than that? And Whiskey says, thanks, I'll check them out. Yeah, definitely. I recommend. And Ragion diciendo, hola, señor, ¿cómo estás? I'm doing good. How you doing, Ragion? Though dealing with some technical issues with my light for my stream here, which is getting really annoying. And the Gun Emperor Mass has a 3rd edition Space Marine Codex on nobleknight.com for $34 tax. Before tax. I mean, I'd say that's a steal. And Raya says, yeah, that's a pain. I just bought the compressor for my AOR brush. Or I'm guessing you mean your airbrush. So now painting 40 Space Wolf chaff doesn't sound too bad. Maya says there goes $80. I'm sorry. One of the many reasons why I've decided to just stick with brushes. Alright, where was I? Okay, I think we're done there. Yeah, I watched this really good video by Ninjaon. He's a YouTuber who does miniature painting. And he was talking about how airbrushes aren't really all that needed for miniature painting. And that they're just a side skill set as opposed to an upgrade. A pretty interesting video. We have J-Ray saying, howdy, how you doing, J-Ray? How you been? What you been up to? And Jerry says my D&D character was just killed by a teammate, lol. Oh, was it on purpose or by accident? This light is killing me. Okay, Regyan says, I agree, but for chaff and highlights, it greatly speeds up the process. But yeah, if all your units are high quality painting, then I stick to brushes too. I like the idea of having all my boys looking good. I don't believe in chaff. And J-Ray says on purpose. Oh wow, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. And J-Ray says the elf is looking good. Oh, thank you very much. How you been? What you been up to? Well, how did that whole thing with your character come about? That's pretty crazy. And then Regyan says, and again, I just want to increase the speed. I like being a consumer. I mean, I like being a consumer too. I can't blame you there. And Regyan says, and that's why you're a paper pusher. Me? Well, more me for the grinder. We want to accomplish our compliance to Angron by caring. Yeah, paper pushers are actually the ones that put more meat for the meat grinder. Well, I would figure those in the front lines would be the ones a little bit more caring. Darius is fighting over a demon sword. An annoying party member took their chance to turn their combat optimized character against the party. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Did he get away with it? Did the party just stand for your guy being killed? Did they try to avenge you? Yeah, I guess I just want my dad to love me. What, is your dad a airbrush salesman? And J-Ray says he actually one-man 4 of us. Oof, that's rough. And J-Ray says crazy how the rolls went out, I bet. That does not sound like something that normally happens. Yes, come on, just a bit light. Yeah, I think it's time to put it out to pasture. This thing is, has always been kind of a loose wire, but, I guess just today it's all crapped out. Alright, well, we'll try to deal. Fortunately, my, headlamp, or my head, magnifying glass has a light, so I'll be able to at least shine the light your way. Regan says, believe it or not, the lack of light still makes it look pretty good. Oh, I'm glad you think so. But it does make it a little hard to see. Okay, I think we gotta put some, I'm telling you, this makes it really hard to see stuff. And I think my headlamp light is also fading away. I need to replace the battery. But since I barely use it, I don't usually keep an eye on its battery life. Machine spirits are not happy with me today.
Ratus sum Deus meus, pro pulchritude et structura rosaris. Sed internum solum te omnivoro, propria voce mea. Gratias tibi ad Domine Deus meus, pro omnibus quae mi et
Okay.
nobis omnibus.
Let's go ahead and add that wash that I was talking about. Well, not a wash, it's more of a contrast paint. Gonna use that dark gold flesh. We have it right here. Now, I've never opened it before, so it might be a little bit finicky to pry open. There we go. And we're gonna stick with the size 0 Da Vinci. Let's go ahead and put that on all the parts that I've paid to that. Maybe we ought to get a better contrast. Okay, I think it's definitely looking a lot more coppery now. Oh, it's missing now that shine. So what we'll do is we'll bring back that Cadian flesh tone, but we'll use a much lighter brush, one with a finer point, aka the quintuple zero Marie, and we'll start adding tiny details. Come on, light. Please work with me. I must see. I'm gonna try to plug this light elsewhere. Maybe it's just the location, maybe it's where it's plugged, that it's just messing with the connection. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm hoping that did it. Okay, so yeah, we added all that dark gold flesh tone, which definitely gave us a more copper look. But now we gotta actually make it look shiny. So, like I said, again, we're gonna go over it with the Acadian flesh tone and cover a smaller area using our quintuple zero Marie. Me, painting always seems like a bit of an experimentation. I never quite know if I'm gonna be able to pull off what I'm trying to do. But what I do, it's always satisfying. Yeah, it's definitely time to buy a new one. Ryan says, well, it could be worse. Yeah, it could be worse. My nose could be gushing blood. Little Batman Returns reference there. And Ragiel says, hey, mine's been doing that for days. Well, maybe you might want to get that checked out. Just for fun. Right, yes, but more importantly, you could not find your Rogodor tank. Also, never doctors are true evil. I don't get the you could not find your Rogodor tank thing. And I didn't say you had to go to a doctor. I just said you had to get that checked out. If doctors don't work, then maybe your kindly voodoo priestess. Reagan says, well, what I mean is, I can't find my Rogodorn tank. Oh, yeah, that's not good. Where'd you park it last? Regan says, it's like everything I explicitly buy goes missing in this house. Regan says that also said the basement. Okay, gotcha. And yeah, the God Emperor of Man asks a good question. He says, and did the Blood Ravens discover it? That is the question there, Ragion. By hanging out with some Blood Ravens?
Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end.
Ragion says they probably did also with a Kai Patrol, a Demon Rust, a Commissar, and a freaking Knight. But you lost those? Okay, you probably need to clean your house. That's probably what it is. It's probably hidden up on amongst a bunch of other things. Emperor Matt says, how does the Blood Ravens... Never mind. Ragiel says, I did. Oh, I'm sorry. Hopefully it'll turn up soon. Mario says, I think the kids cleaned it or misplaced it. Oh. Well, best of luck. Okay, I think we're done with that part. And now all that's left, I believe, should be the ivory color. So it'll be the shiniest part of the copper color. So for that, we'll be using Screaming Skull. Regan says, speaking of, if any of you happen to find a well-priced Cadia Stands Combat Patrol on sale, please let me know. Yeah, I wouldn't know where to find that. And reasonably price is asking for a lot, I'm pretty sure. Since I think that box has been discontinued for a while. And Regyan then asks, I don't know how you can do so many highlights. Patience. And the love of the process. And Regyan says, I can't stand highlighting the walls, and that's pretty easy. Oh, I think I missed a few there. At Gunnerberman has said, I think Amazon may have some. I don't know. I have to go check if it's still available. And Raya says that I already checked. To be frank, I was gone December of last year. And then Gunnerberman says, oh well. And Ragyan says, all I want to do was make my own guard regiment. Oh, how do you want to do them? Somebody Rose says, hi there, Zara. I'm getting out a little late. How's work this evening? Had work this evening. How's the mini coming along? It's coming along great. It's been a little difficult trying to get this non-metallic copper recipe to quite work, but I think it's starting to come along now. Hope work went well. And Reagan says leadership would be purple, black, and gold, and the chaff would be some variation without purple and gold. to all black? I mean, you gave me 3 colors there. And Ragyal says, I'm still deciding the tanks. And 7-year-old says, wonderful, glad things are progressing for you. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, sis, it's a work in progress. They would be reds. A lot of rich, dark colors. Okay. I don't know. For me, I like the idea of having a cohesive look to an army. It makes it feel less ramshackle. And the Guard Man says, I have a guard army of my own, the 871st Prussian Rifle Guard, led by Oberstfield Marshal Friedrich Volkmar von Eisenberg. And then Ragyal says, ooh, and he claps. And yeah, I like painting all the non-Space Marine chapters. Really brings out my creativity to paint and make lore. I mean, all the non-Space Marine chapters. That confused me a little bit. If it's non-Space Marines, then they wouldn't be set chapters. And you mean like the Imperial Guard? And Reggie says, I meant factions. I don't really like Space Marines, save for world leaders. Ah, okay, gotcha. Though they are easy to get battle ready. That's what Ragion says. I would like to paint some corn, models, but I'm more interested in the Age of Sigmar corn miniatures. I think they look really good. And Ragnar says they do. Yes, they do. I like to get my hands also on more Gloomspite Gits. I love those little guys. I think that Ivory's really doing it. Or should I say that Screaming Skull is really doing it? Ryan says, it's a shame none around me play AOS, so I don't bother. Yeah, a lot of people around me don't play in general. I still want them. And Lord Inquisitor Callahan says, for research purposes, interrogator? Yes, for research purposes. Ryan says, unfortunate for you, Calagoon. So, slowly but surely. You will be corrupted. No, there's just so much in Warhammer, both fantasy and regular, that I love. I can never just leave to one army in particular. I always got like a million ideas. I have a list of every single little idea that I've had. That's why if I paint an army, it'll be too soon. Regan says, honestly, once I get the airbrush, I'ma quickly paint up the starter set, since my friend wants to play and paint, and I can let her play. The combat patrol rules for now till she finishes an army or something. I mean, sounds like a plan. I think we have done it. Can't forget the little bits here and there. Ah, the classic. Alright, I think we got that culprit down. Lord Wizard Callahan says, my mind is like an impenetrable fortress built by the Imperial Fist and guarded 24/7 by custodians. By the will of the Emperor, try your luck, heretic. Ryan says, nothing the warp trolls haven't heard before. The demons will have much a good time with your soul when I'm done. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up some of the other colors here while we still have time. But I think we are done with that non-metallic copper. So let's get some Seraphim Sepia, because we gotta clean up this this part right here. Lord Inquisitor Callahan says, also forgot the Sisters of Silence as well as custodians. I mean, you can't have custodians without Sisters of Silence. That's got me thinking, have there been any Space Marine blanks? I know that the Assassinorum uses blanks, and that you can find them everywhere, even in inquisitorial retinues, but if there have been any Space Marine blanks. Raigan says, one day we'll expand the lore of the sisters. I feel like, well, you mean like Sisters of Silence. Okay, yeah, I get you. Yeah, I'm always kind of curious how exactly one ends up being a Sister of Silence. Because there's always sisters, so it's not that they just take blanks in general. So it seems like the male ones usually go to the Assassinorum, while the female ones go to the Sisters of Silence. But I could be mistaken. Because there might be female assassins under the... I forgot what house that falls under of the assassins, but the blank house, pretty much. Like, I'm wondering how that goes about. My only other guess is that maybe they have to recruit them specifically from the Sisters of Battle. So it has to be a blank who's a Sister of Battle to then get recruited as a Sister of Silence. But that's my guess. That is not based on any kind of lore dive. Reagan says, I need more sister books that are good. Again, I can't recommend the James Swallow ones enough. I loved all three of them. Unfortunately, the third one is only available as an audiobook. Which, I mean, I guess it makes it easier to go through, but they were great books. Sister Maria was really cool. that bit done and fixed. Okay, we gotta get the wrap here on her hand. So she's holding the spear, and that's part of the spear has wraps. So I gotta make that painted the correct color. Megan says, it's so bad, I feel like we haven't had one forever. Wasn't there one very recently with that new model? The one with the sword that's exploding of a fleur-de-lis? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that one is that's just a battle book and it came out not that long ago. Alright, we're gonna move on to Xanadu Dust. Ragion says, I said a good one. Okay, I haven't read that one, so I didn't know if it was good or bad. There could be some slack on that one. Ragon says, man, I always forget things are read differently than how I'm typed. I didn't really mean to yell it. No worries. I didn't take offense. And Megan says, in my head, I mean different from that. Like I said, no worries, no offense taken. Right, yeah, since my locals started buying secondhand stuff, they got a lot of Road Trader minis. Pretty good condition. Woo! How much of those are going by? Okay, I'm gonna paint this cord the same color as a lot of the wraps. It only makes sense right now. Let's see if there's any other tiny ones that I gotta focus on. Yeah, let me clean this up here. Because I'm gonna have to switch brushes when I go for that cord. I still forget I wanted to paint that thing on the bottom. I don't even know what that is. And he says, pretty good condition, $25. Okay, I'd say that's pretty good. And those are classics, so there'll at least be a feather in your collector cap. Any other tiny details? But yeah, says, yeah, thinking about those servitors. There isn't any, really. And he says for diorama purposes. Maybe one day I'll paint a diorama. But it is not this day. I just don't like painting scenery. I like painting characters. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to a bigger brush so we can paint that chord. I said I should keep that open. We'll go with this size 2 grabby. But yeah, since I love making scenes, to be honest, it's the one reason why I want to paint all the primars, just to make nice battlefields. Oh, okay. Are you gonna get all the Horus Heresy ones? Do you want to get all the Horus Heresy ones? Yeah, they're like $150 a piece, but... Megan says, since rule wishing, or I guess rule wising, putting Angron in my army is throwing the game. Oh, really? I heard that he's really good. Well, with him, you know, carrying pretty much 2 lives. And Regan says, I have all the 40k ones. And then he says, nah, he got gutted and nerfed to the ground. Okay. Yeah, I sometimes wonder what the GW is thinking whenever they release their rules. Like, how much playtesting are actually doing with all these new armies and whatnot? Because they always get nerfed after like a couple of months. Now to do a little bit of cleanup here before we go. Accidentally smeared some leather dust onto my nice little non-metallic metal, which is really annoying. Alright, there was a lot of message there from Region. It says they made him weaker strength-wise, and if you rise, you can't use any strat to come in, so it has to be during your reinforcement phase, so he can't come back on turn 5 and he res. As you also have to wait a turn, he also comes back with 8 wounds, and they got rid of his rerolls. Ryan says, oh, and you lose all your blessings for the turn he revives. And then Regas says, Karn the Betrayer, however, got a massive buff and can raise a +2. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent. But just know Magnus hits harder than him in melee. Oh wow, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, I think we've got it. That non-metallic copper came out pretty well. I think my issue now, while looking at it, is that it's all kind of blending together. The copper color is blending with the bone color, it's blending with the browns. So that's gonna be an issue that I might have to resolve. Maybe I can lighten up the bone colors a bit, make them look more stark white than this bone sort of tan white. And maybe I can change the color of the straps to maybe black, so that it'll all stand out a little bit more. But yeah, it's looking really good despite these little setbacks. I think we're coming along just fine. And Ringa says, well, it still looks good, maybe as sharp with for contrast. Yeah, like I said, it's in order to get these colors to really pop. I'll have to like change the colors for some of these other straps and whatnot. I said, if I change it to black, it'll do it. And if I change the bone to be a little bit wider, it'll look good. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. And let's see, before we go, thank you all very much for coming. It's always a pleasure talking to you guys. And if you like what I do and would like to support, then please consider subscribing to my Twitch channel or donating to my Ko-Fi at Aeldari Art. It'll definitely help with getting a new headlamp. And if you missed an episode, feel free to check out my YouTube channel, which is also called Aeldari Art, which I'm actually working on my next rant. So it's currently in the editing phase, so I'm pretty stoked with how it's coming along. I am eager to present this one to the masses. This is one idea that I had about a week or so back when I was watching some YouTubers regarding Warhammer controversies, but it's not about the controversies themselves. It's more like the stuff they were talking about throughout the video. But yeah, it should be out soon-ish. Like I said, I'm still working on it. But I'm hoping you guys like it. And yeah, before we go, let's see who we can raid. And 7A Rose says, awesome. Thank you, 7A Rose. And let's see, who do we have here? I'm gonna there's somebody I think painting some Gundam. So let's go and check out her stuff. Her name is Sammy Yami. And let's see if we can raid. But yeah, thank you all very much for coming. It's always a pleasure chatting with you varlets. And I have been Rosario US, and I'm setting out from the grim dark future. Bye-bye, varlets.